Hello. This is a story about the first group isomorphism theorem and its applications. Now, you all know of the film actor Kevin Bacon and the fact that other actors can get a Bacon number, the smaller the better, according to how closely they are connected to him. If you've been in a film with him, you get a Bacon number of 1. If you've been in a film with an actor who has a Bacon number of 1, then you get a Bacon number of 2, and so on. My wife Rose has a Bacon number of 2 because in the 1970s she appeared as an extra in the film Lady Ice with Donald Sutherland, who has a Bacon number of 1. Naturally, this state of affairs rankled somewhat, since I do not have a Bacon number, or not a finite one anyway. So what could I do? Well, I was not likely to start acting in films anytime soon. However, there is a similar system that runs in the world of mathematics. If you collaborated in a published work with the Hungarian mathematician Paul Erdős, you get an Erdős number of 1. If you collaborated in a published work with a person who is Erdős 1, then you get an Erdős number of 2, and so on. Through my association with the Open University, I got to know several mathematicians, one of whom is Robin Wilson. Now Robin, having collaborated with Erdős on a paper on graph theory in 1977, is one of the people who are Erdős 1. It's a select group of 511 people, and there won't be any more of them since Paul Erdős is now dead. In 1980, Robin submitted a song for publication in M500, the OU student mathematics magazine, which I was editing at the time. The song was called The First Group Isomorphism Theorem, and consisted of one verse to be sung to the tune of Do Re Mi from The Sound of Music by Rodgers and Hammerstein. I added a further 3 verses on the subject of group theory, assuming that this would get me an Erdős number of 2. Strange to say, however, my name has yet to appear on the list of 11,000 or more people who are Erdős 2. Perhaps the reason is that Robin wrote his part of the song under the pseudonym Algebra, and the mathematical authorities have not yet deduced Algy's real identity. Ah well. Anyway, the song. The first verse is about the first group isomorphism theorem, of course, and the second and third verses are suggested by the fact that you can apply the first group isomorphism theorem to prove Cauchy's theorem and Seeloff's theorem for abelian groups. These are not the simplest or most general proofs available, but they were useful as effective illustrations of group theory concepts for students learning the subject. The last verse refers to the paper of 1962-63 by John Thomson and Walter Feit, in which they proved the William Burnside conjecture of 1911, that every non-abelian finite simple group has even order. This paper was revolutionary, as it originally ran to some 400 pages, at a time when a group theory proof would be considered very long if it ran to 400 lines. Later it was cut down to about 250 pages, and it did serve as the start of a trend for some much longer papers, well over 1,000 pages, as group theorists became familiar with the fact that very long arguments could work. Now please excuse the tunelessness here. I have no training as a singer, as you will see. G, a group, an abstract group. H, another group like G. Phi, a homomorphism. take its kernel to be T. Then, by theorem number 1, an isomorphism we see from the quotient G on T to the image phi of G. A group, a finite group, is abelian as well. P a prime divides OA, then I'm very pleased to tell there's a member of the group that's not the identity, but raised to the power P, it will bring us round to E. B is an abelian group, P a prime and A in N. Q is P to power A, R is P times Q, and then, if that Q divides OB, and R's not able so to do, then B has a subgroup which is unique of order Q. C not one of Abel's now is a finite group also. Normal subgroups C has none, I mean non-trivial, you know. Then from Thomson and from Feit, this we now know to be true. Oh, the order of the group is divisible by 2. Thank you very much.